get the Pantheon game here. We'll let it go now. Having some trouble with the recording software. Hey, follow me. Thank you. Trying to hopefully see if I can deliver finally about the Pantheon passive play and stuff, and the fun that you can have playing this champion, because he is a heavy snowball champion. First thing I want to do is go over his abilities. The passive is the thing that you guys are all sort of asking about. Sure, I'll get plenty of chance to show you how to work with it. But it's after attacking or casting abilities 4 times, you block the next basic attack or turret attack. So you can block a turret attack, you block a basic attack from a champion, you can block a basic attack from a cannon minion, from any large monsters, and the buffs, and Vile Maw. It will not block a dragon auto attack because they are now spells, but it will block a Baron auto attack, although he also has abilities that he uses. It will not block those. Does not block any champion abilities unless it's an auto attack modifier. Talon's Q, Nasus's Q, these abilities, yes, it will block those. Okay? But anything else it will not. This is a game I'm against Olaf, should be fun. See right there, blocks it. Get used to that sound, because that sound lets you know when you want, see? Blocks it again. That sound lets you know when you want to do things. This was stupid. That was, he has, whatchamacallit, runes and mastery, so that he regains when he kills someone. He also gets scarier as he gets lower. But that's the passive. Right now you can see right there's the counter. Aegis charging is ×2. Now something to remember, and I don't know if I'm going to use it in this game or not. I don't think I used it previously. If I were to go up to, okay, I just procced it. Blocked that. Actually, right there. Right here, Aegis Protection. Pantheon will block the next damage from the next attack. So, auto attacks and whatnot, again, it'll block. Aegis Charging ×1. It does not consume the charging. So if you do get jumped on and you hear your passive get popped, immediately hit W. If you have a chance, if you're sitting there and like I say, they jump on you, immediately hit W. Because when you hit W, it does not consume the stacks that are charging. Okay? Right there. So, if that's at 3 and they go to jump on you, you hit W, it procs your Aegis passive. So you get your Aegis protection, but you still have 3 charges. So then when you come up and they hit you, pop it, your next auto attack or ability will re-proc your passive. So you can get 2 procs of the passive real quick. Because like I say, it does not consume your charging. Wrong buttons. For start, it doesn't matter who you're against, you want to start Flask. In Twisted Tree Line, you can also grab a Doran's Blade. The AD and health is nice. If you think you can be safe or you're against someone that you counter, like a Nasus, like a Talon or something, someone that relies on auto attacks, and of course you can block them with the passive, you can start Longsword, take a couple extra pots if you want. I don't usually find it necessary. And this is the passive sustain from Doran's Blade is nice to have. Every start you always want to start Flask because you need that mana regen because you're going to be spamming Q. 3.5 second cooldown. I think I have some CDR on this on my mana on my pages and stuff. Costs 45 mana. This ability scales on bonus AD only. His E also scales on bonus AD only, but they scale extremely heavily. I think his E, if you hit all 3, it's like a 1.6 bonus AD ratio. His Q is like I think a 1.0 bonus AD ratio. So right now I have 89 AD. you know, I essentially have 41 bonus AD because that's exactly what I have here. See, his E is a whatchamacallit. See, again, I have 2. When it comes up, I still have the 2. I can reproc it quickly. I'll actually rewind that so we can see. I didn't realize I was going in there. Slow it down a little bit. So I have my passive going in. Q hits him. He has no armor built here, but he's relatively tanky. His E does not proc the passive. The auto attack does. I auto attack. Q, E, W rather, E. Now my passive is there. I can attack. And like I say, I had 3 stacks, so 1 auto attack gets that up. If that cannon minion had popped me, my passive would have blocked it. I still would have survived. But that's the basic combo. You Q them till they're low. You W onto them so you can stun them. You E, the auto attack, and then when they come up, you know, the Q is to kill them. So I mean, you look at the, you know, maxing, always max Q. I usually take Q, W, Q, E, Q, 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 Q. Just because it's the strongest. Usually you want that rank 2 Q though, because it does, the base damage goes up tremendously. This cooldown comes down a bit. It's worth it, you know. Q, W, Q, E, and then max Q, and then max E. W is max last, or alt is max last, depending on how you want. I'll go about the alt a little bit in a minute. The passive, W rather, is you jump on them. You can jump on a minion, a monster, a champion, whoever you feel like. Deals some magic damage and stuns them for a second and instantly procs the passive. Again, proccing the passive does not consume whatever stacks you still have. And yes, I suck at CS and don't laugh at me. See, that was fun because I just knew she wouldn't retaliate and Kate did. Oh look, Kate can't do that. I'm actually gonna pause it for a second because I want to draw your attention to this. Most people gloss over it. Heartseeker Strike is his E, 45 mana, 8.75 second cooldown. Again, I have CDR. The active is it deals 3 swift strikes and a cone in front of him, dealing some pretty good damage per strike. Now here it's dealing 44 damage, times 3 is 100 and something, but it deals double damage to champions. So you always got to keep that in mind, okay? Deals double damage to champions. Now, again, I think it's like a 1.6 bonus AD ratio if you hit all 3, which if you use it WE, you'll hit all 3. The passive is what I want to draw attention to and what I think a lot of people glance over. His basic attacks and spear shot gain 100% critical strike chance against targets below 15% of their health. Okay, it's an execute. It turns his Q and his auto attacks into executes. As soon as they hit 15% health, a Q crits. This ability that scales on 1.0 base AD, bonus AD rather, it gives a pretty good base damage, so it hurts. This ability will critically strike the enemies under 15% health. It turns his Q into an execute. It's also why I do build, if I'm snowballing, I'll build Lord Van Dam's Pillager on Twisted Treeline, or I will build a Infinity Edge on Summoner's Rift if I'm snowballing, because it does, the AD is great on him, the critical strike chance is okay, but the guaranteed crit below 15% health makes the added critical strike damage worth it. But keep that in mind. Where that critically strikes, if you can get them low, get 1 auto attack and a Q off, again, it's an execute. You'll deal more damage when they're lower health. And then you get his ultimate, which he jumps up. Yeah, that was fun. I don't know what they thought they were going to do. We'll go back. Again, jumped on for harass. Why am I not on here? I want to see what I do. Okay, flash in because I couldn't see her. Now I can see her. Now I didn't have my passive procced. See? Aegis charging times 3. So I W'd. Now my passive procs. Okay? So that's on cooldown. Use my Q immediately. Now her auto attack is blocked. So she's done it. So far I've taken no damage in this trade. I've given off a W and a Q. And I immediately E. Okay, now the E, again, deals damage. All 3 strikes hit her. Now her auto attack does hit me this time. But blocked it again because, again, I had 3 stacks. So when she used her first attack on me and I was using E, now I auto attacked, it popped my passive back up, the second attack is blocked. She's dead. She jumped on me, waiting for things to come back off cooldown. I Q'd her. Exhaust. Didn't need to, but why not? Right there. Critically strike. See? I have no critical strike runes as far as I know. I have no critical strike built. Critical strike chance. But my E means I critically strike when she's under 15% health. That's a really good fight. So we're going to watch it again. This is one of the champions that I feel I actually play properly. Okay, there's the Q. Again, you can just see the damage that Q does. It's good damage. We walk back. I'm letting move. I think it's move, right? Yeah, I'm letting move to get into position. He's in position. I flash in so I can see her. I have 3 charges on my Aegis strike. W pops it, gives me my 3, deals damage and stuns it. Now that gives move, move now can root. Cat pulls the 1 auto attack. And like I say, see how it's immediately back up because it was blocked. And the second it was blocked, I E'd. So my passive came right back up. She Q'd. Put ignite on her. She's dead. Now she's attacked again. Because I had the 3 when I jumped in, the E procced it again and gave me 2 blocks. So now I've blocked 2 of Cat's auto attacks. I should be dead right now. I honestly should. But because of my passive, I'm not. Now she's dead. And I have passive back up. Will not proc on any of these little guys. Will only proc on the Canyon minion. I think I go back at this point. But I hit 6. I took the ult. I usually take ult. The only time I will not take ult at 6 is if I am literally 2 seconds from killing the enemy laner and a 3rd or 4th point in Q means the kill. It's the only time I don't take ult. It's a great mobility spell. It lets you get around. It's definitely worth taking. See, critical strike, 100%. The ult, it deals with a lot of base damage, scales on AP, which he doesn't build. It slows. It deals less damage the further away from the center they are, and slows their movement speed no matter where they are by 35%. You have to use it as a zoning tool. You use it as mobility, use it as a zoning tool. Try to cut off an escape route. You don't want you don't want them to be able to just run away. I think he kills me here. Yeah, Olaf does well against Pantheon because the true damage goes through the passive. We'll go back and look at that, but it Olaf can deal with Pantheon. I have my passive up, I have no stack. Right there, uses 1. I jumped on him. I got a second one. I cut my E off because I noticed I was going to die. So I was like, you know what? I can try to get away, but I had to cut my E short. So I Q'd him. And I'm dead. I could have tried. Do I have lifesteal? I don't even have lifesteal. I couldn't have even tried to auto attack. Well, I have what, 3% here. Yeah. Because you do critically strike, you can. I have used that to my advantage before. In using that critical strike. I didn't even kill him there. But yeah, actually, if I go back, you know, you can see where I came down behind him. So I could have ulted right here and just ulted the minions under the turret, killed the minions. But I ulted behind him because I wanted to let him know if he wanted to run this way, I could get him. So I was trying to force him to run into the jungle, even though Tyranno wasn't there, they were both down there, but I wanted to try to get him, try to cut off his easiest escape route. He flashed, so he ended up missing most of my E. If I could have queued him, I think he's over 15% health, I probably wouldn't have killed him. I don't think he goes back here. Which was silly of him. Pantheon does deal a bunch of damage without building a lot of damage. And the stun, like I said, being able to do WE puts that damage out. You get hit with all 3 strikes. Pantheon loves 80 carries. Because they auto attacks don't hurt him very much. But yeah, I mean, like you say, for the ult, you kind of want to use the ult to zone and cut off escape routes. Using it offensively to try to actually land the damage, good luck. Critically strike, 421 damage on the Q. 421 damage, and the only damage item I have is a Brutalizer and a Doran's Blade. 185 plus 82. But it crits once he's below 15%. I'd say that's how Pantheon deals his damage, is the passive on E. And it dropped right onto a K-trap. She was good. She was good. She knew what she was doing. A hunting we will go. A hunting we will go. Hi ho the daddy, oh, a hunting we will go. But yeah. So that's pretty much it for, I don't know how long this game actually is. See, I immediately went for their backline. Pointless for me not to. Now it's a 2v1 back here. Olaf can't handle it. Move gets the kill. She's trying to come in because she thinks an ult will get her. Almost does. But my E misses. The Q gets him. But then she dies. E does clear waves decently, and usually I'll build a Ravenous Hydra, because Ravenous Hydra works well. Yep, does not block it. Again, it's not an auto attack, it's an ability, does not get blocked by his passive. And Olaf kills me again. If he wanted to, he could have. He could have. At this point, she pretty much can too. No, I don't ult. But yeah, that's how that works. Fun stuff. Oops. You see, I can CS against her. See, now I have my Ravenous. Now I can push very well. And that's typically how I play Pantheon. You like to split push with them, especially in Summoner's Rift. Again, behind him is where I come down, so make sure I get the slow off. make sure that I don't give him the easy escape route. Oh, so close. And misplayed that one. I should have kept my stun. Either that or jumped in and killed the whole off. But move gets a kill back for us, and I think she doesn't get Kate here. Almost gets Kate. Doesn't get Kate. But yeah, that's how to play Pantheon.